Early spring in this part of the country is wet. Very wet. Days on end of rain. Sometimes hard rain that soaks you through to the bone within a few minutes, and sometimes that constant drizzle that lingers in the air. And this is exactly what the last few weeks have been. Rain, rain, rain. The trees and flowers are loving it. It feels like a distant memory when I try to recollect the last time I saw the hills shimmering this shade of green. And on occasion, the skies would clear and the sun would peek through, causing the wet plants to glisten in the light, reminding us all yet again of the bright, colorful world around us. One of the biggest benefits of the rain for me is that it gives me more reason to stay put inside and focus on the work I have to get done. Almost all of my work, at some point or another, relies on the use of a computer. So I spend long hours sitting at my desk and staring at screens. And if you want to see the video I've spent the last month working on for my normal job, it will be linked in the description.
For bringing here the wood for the clients.
Thankfully, I have freedom in my working hours, so I can continue to go to the gym, trying to get stronger and be active while giving my eyes a rest. And as a way of challenging myself and doing things I'm not comfortable with or good at, I did something else.
I just signed up for a 10K. I've never run a 10K before in my life. I don't know if I've ever run more than a mile at a time, excluding in sport. But I guess this is what we do when we try to challenge ourselves and push ourselves. So it's in 94 days. And, I guess it's 11.5K. Anyway, it's in 94 days, and I'm going to be training for it. So I'm not a runner. I've always hated running just for the sake of running. I would run all day if I was chasing a basketball or throwing a frisbee, but running was used as a form of punishment when I played organized sports, so I never looked at it with enthusiasm. But I've found that I become much more focused on things when I have a goal, when I have something specific to work towards. So by signing up for this race, I've given myself something tangible to work towards, and it's something that allows me to easily measure my progress. After playing competitive basketball through college in the United States, I kind of let my body deteriorate. My knees were beat up from constant running and jumping and banging into other people. I was tired. So for a number of years, I didn't take care of myself at all. I would still play on occasion, but it was only just for fun. Nothing more. Recently, I've been playing a bit more than I have over the last few years of living in Albania. And to be honest, I can tell that I'm not in the right shape for it. My body isn't what it used to be. I can't play for 6 hours straight anymore. But I'm also only 32. I don't want to sit around and moan about the fact that my body is getting old and creaky when I know exactly what to do to keep it in good shape. Sure, it may not operate at its peak, but not taking care of it is not doing my health any favors either. Despite my conscious efforts to notice the small wonders of the world, I find myself overlooking some of the most obvious things. What is more ordinary than our bodies? And yet, look at what they're capable of. Is there a more fitting example of magic in the ordinary than using what we have been given to its full potential? So I'm trying to learn to celebrate the body that I've been blessed with and what it can do, even if it's not overly impressive. I've gone to a few youth basketball games recently, too. Apparently, there's a new initiative in Albania to bring competitive sports into the schools, rather than just sport clubs. It's just the beginning, but it looks to be the start of something really good for friendly competition in the country. Meanwhile, some friends of mine are working on revamping a local hotel and coffee shop. So I stopped by a few times to help Mario pressure wash some bricks and to hold tools while Tommy welded beams together. And I got the cutest letter from one of my nieces. She drew me a picture and included some photos of her and her brother. I miss those kids. And all the rest of them. One of the toughest parts about living in the other side of the world is missing out on much of the life of my siblings and their kids.
I love when the big, fluffy summertime clouds start coming back. Oh yeah, no, I know.
And one evening, my friend Tino asked me to drive him to Tirana to pick someone up from the airport. We made good time during the drive, so I took a pit stop to find some proper running shoes to continue my training for the 10K.
Outlets are the way to go, bro. Like right now, it's so nice though. I went to. That's it. And I was like, oh, interesting.
In any free time I find, I've been working on Global Sketchwear, the apparel brand that I started with the mission to see magic in everyday things by using relatively simple ways to show beautiful places around the world. I've had a number of orders from Albania, a few from Germany, and even a couple from the United States. Thanks, Mom. So I've been working on new designs when I can, and if you want to see the most updated designs, I'll leave the website in the description.
Sets you free. Believe in only you. Yesterday is gone, Forget about tomorrow and the ceilings you see right through. Find the moment and make it. Write your headline and raise it to the sky. No one else can create it. Take your banner and raise it to the sky. There's only one way out. Inside a prison view. 10 whispers or a shout. Gunpowder if it's true. Smoke before the fire. No one else can slay the dragon sleeping inside of you.
The way I've curated my presence on much of social media is this life of constant adventure and travel, and that isn't actually the reality. I do enjoy that type of life, but I found that to make it more sustainable, I need to have balance. I need some weeks or sometimes months of rest at home. It's why I've been working on making my apartment somewhere I really like being. I want it to be my space to relax and recharge. I believe that without investing into the spaces where you spend the most time, you'll start to resent and hate being in those places. So I do my best to make my home somewhere I like being. And because my life isn't constant excitement, it naturally follows that there will be periods of monotony. In a world that sensationalism sells, people don't often want to see the everyday. But I guess that's my point of making these videos and publicly documenting my life, to show that even the everyday moments are worth sharing, and that there is beauty in the mundane. Thanks for sticking with me. I'll be back soon.